Like a
All right.
9-year-old.
All right. Who are you? Who are you? Tell us who you are.
My name is Johnny Smith, born Jonathan Smith, out of New Jersey, America. I've known Joseph Ozacek since he was a musical, wild young man running through the neighborhoods of Warped Tour, selling records out of the Nitro Records booth, and an avid concert goer in Asbury Park, known to stage dive and sing into the microphone. Can't believe you don't play an instrument. You would have been a great frontman.
I know. I tried it a couple times. Didn't really work, dude. Dude, we had one show. So I had a band called Red Murder Mayhem. Right.
Oh, nice. That's a great
I was
name.
Thanks, man. I really liked the Mercy Devils, and that was the time. Remember, like in the early 2000s when everybody's name was like 3 words or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't look down would be another example
yeah,
of
yeah.
that. And
Stupid
so, and so, dude, our first show, we played a house party.
Oh, really? Are you the singer?
I was a singer. Hell yeah. I had red hair.
Nice.
I was like this. I would sing like that. I'd be like, go.
I was like
And then-
this.
I was like this. Our first show was with Vision and Kill Your Idols, and
Really?
yeah, and my guitar player, his name is Mangabang,
Nice.
and Mangabang, he wrote all the music. He wrote all the lyrics and all the music, and it was good. And he worked at like ShopRite, or he worked at like a grocery store on Route 9 in Howell, New Jersey, and he like wasn't. I was trying to make plans, like, dude, I was like making the t-shirts and doing all the stuff,
Nice.
dude, he didn't call me for like 2 weeks, and the show was coming up on Saturday, and it was at some girl's house, dude. It was crazy, and so it was like a basement show, and I went to like the ShopRite where he worked. He worked at the deli counter. I was like, dude, Bang Bang, dude, it was like a Friday. I was like, dude, we have a show tomorrow, dude. We haven't practiced. You're not calling me. What's up, dude? And then he just was like slicing me, dude. He's like, yeah, I quit the band. Dude, I spent like
Short-lived.
$400 on t-shirts, dude. You can still, dude, if you're listening to this podcast and you want a Red Murder Mayhem shirt, they're in my mom's house in Brick, New Jersey, dude. Go get one.
Size. Youth large. Small only.
Yeah, extra medium, black, of course, and it had the Hellbent Records logo on the back.
Oh, man. Could have made it.
Could have made it. I could have made it, dude. I could have I could have made it. I could have went on
Guitarist
tour.
chose meat.
Dude, I could have toured for 10 years and had nothing to show for it. That's what I could have done.
Guitarist found a better life in the deli section.
What bands were you in?
In high school, I was in a band called Justice for Ron because there was someone that had like something happened to someone where they were unjusticed. There was injustice for someone. So there were signs all over town that said Justice for Ron. And we were like, dude, we should just name our band that because it's like promo is already done. And then, that was our first name. We had awesome songs like Toothpaste. My Life's a Waste. Ran out of toothpaste was the chorus. Which led to, dude, Ryan Ogren is the singer of that band is now like a Grammy Award winning artist. From my first band, Don't Look Down, after Justice for Ron. Oh, three word bands. Don't Look Down, Justice for Ron. That was our first band, and we did the Warped Tours, and we were on, I think it was on Nitro. You were on Nitro.
Yeah, Don't Look Down was definitely on Nitro. I remember when they signed to Nitro.
That I actually left the band now. When I say left, it was kicked out for sucking at drums. I joined another band called Tokyo Rose. It was funny. Like we got signed and like
Militia Group, right? Militia Group.
Militia Group, yeah. We got signed and it was like they were like jumping in on the labels. It was like a label out of New York called like Iguana or something. They were jumping in all in on like pop punk because like 2001, and it was like Newfound Glory. Like this is where the money is, guys. And it was just like that. So they bring us to this like crazy studio, and it's like the guy who just did like the Train album and like the Wallflowers, and he's like, "What is this?" Like, it's like, your drummer's gotta go. I'm a punk drummer. He's like, he's all over the place. He was like basically like Wayne's World, where it was like I was in Cassandra's band, and they were like, like the garage band guys. We need to get pros in, not knowing that like every drummer sucked as well. Everyone was like, just play. We'll fix it in post. You'll get through it. But they didn't. I'm blaming them for sucking. But so anyway, so after that, I joined Tokyo Rose, which was way more lenient about me sucking at drums. They're like, dude, you don't leave us and go to the deli counter. You're in the band. Like,
Dude,
you're
that's
willing
like-
to drop out of college and go on a 3-week tour. You're in.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's
that's
like
where
when the
they
Offspring
made that
had their Offspring had their drummer record on like Americana, and then was like, all right, that was great, and then had Josh Freese go re-record all the drums.
That's what everyone was doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, Josh Freese is like, just pretend, let him pretend he played on this album. They went to high school together. So, that was the theme. Like, yeah, starting line, I'm pretty sure. I love those guys, but pretty sure, like, Travis Barker was like, just let me do it when he's in the bathroom real quick.
Wait, did he play drums on that record?
I don't.
Okay,
That
yeah.
was the rumor, because it was like so well done. Even though he's a great drummer, like to get it that perfect, it's like you only have like a day in the expensive studio for drums. That's where you
Dude.
need the room.
Where do you live right now?
Newport Beach. I'm a
Newport Beach.
surf bro.
Yeah, what do you do for a living? Whoa, that was like 4 palm trees.
That's the backyard. Oh, it's your grill, actually.
Nice.
You gave that to me.
See what happens when you hang out with me, dude? You get grills.
You gotta
dude.
walk
Like,
home with grills. There's
dude,
spiders
people-
everywhere. Black widow spiders.
Yeah, if you hang out with me, you can have my trash, dude. Whatever I don't want, it's yours.
Did you gonna keep this?
So you did. You are you tell us about what you do for work, man, and why you are so
when I was in
why you're so
Tokyo
good at it.
Rose, why I got kicked out of Tokyo Rose. If you want someone to get kicked out of your band, it's me. Why I got kicked out of Tokyo Rose is because I started a clothing brand called Kill Brand, and I would just spray paint. It started at Texas at Emus. I remember that bathroom. Did you ever go to that place?
Yeah.
It was basically like the CBGB's bathroom of Texas. But anyway, I started it. I sprayed kill on all my hot pink T-shirts that I was wearing. Everyone was making fun of. So then I really didn't want to finish college. It was like my main goal because I had lit 1 and 2 left, and I knew that was going to be the day. So I started spray painting T-shirts, and I always wanted to do a clothing line. So then I started Kill Brand, and it got pretty popular from the back of the van. And I would order T-shirts at Dog Wig in Asbury Park or wherever around that area. Remember those guys?
Oh hell yeah, dude! They made the Red Murder Mayhem shirts, dude.
They would let me come in and print because I knew how to screen print. They'd be like,
Dude.
just give us
Dude,
something."
we would do when we had the record label, we did screen printed record covers, and they made our screens for us. And we made a screen printing press in our basement in New Brunswick, and would just like drink beers and screen print like covers for records.
That's exactly where I made my first shirt when I got my own in my girlfriend's basement in New Brunswick. Should have had more shows there. And then I brought it to my studio apartment, the screen printing machine. And then I would have shirts everywhere. My girlfriend's like dog would be covered in plastisol hot pink ink. And then we'd take them on Warped Tour and sell. It was definitely like a downgrade going from playing to like just sitting in a booth all day selling merch. But it was cool to like actually get paid to go on Warped Tour and figure out how to make a little bit of money. But anyway, so I did that it's still around 21 years. It's just aging myself right now. We still do that. We get orders. Got 4 orders today. I don't know how. I don't even know where they found us. And then from that, we started like a production company for bands, of making shirts. Because I was doing like these licensing deals, and they'd be like, "You didn't sell anything." And I'm like, "Well, that guy's wearing the shirt that's only on your website." So we sold 1, and they would just not pay me anything. So we tried to do like an honest merchandise company. So we're like the the Dunder Mifflin of we focus on service and we don't make enough money at it, but we focus on like not ripping bands off and giving them a decent deal, and because you end up always getting screwed out of your merch deal somehow. So it's steady and it's cool, and we do that, and then we have a surf camp here. So living the dream.
Tell me about so your surf camp, man. You are okay. Here we go. I was checking volume. Yeah, your surf camp. Tell us, dude. You most people don't know this, but you taught me how to surf.
Oh yeah, it's a work in
And that,
progress.
and now, yeah. Well, I'm not very good at it, but
No,
I was a
you're
lot
doing
better
great.
at. I was a lot better at it before I met you. Would you agree?
You're a great listener and a great performer. Honestly, anything aside, I'm going to look into your eyes and tell you I'm proud of you. I love surfing with Joe Oz because you get so stoked and it's a good energy to be around. That's why I'm like, hey, you should come over so I can teach you and feel good about myself that you're happy.
Well, you're a great surf coach. That's why people should come and bring their children and themselves to Newport. What is it called? Newport Surf Camp?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so speaking of, how do people find you?
Anywhere. If you don't see me dragging a wagon full of surfboards down the beach with a flag that says Newport Surf Camp at Blackies Beach in Newport, it's just anything you search for Newport Surf Camp will come to us. It's affiliated with the city, so it's like legit. We pay our insurance and our employees. So, yeah, it's been around for 20 years. We recently became the new owners a couple of years ago, and it's
Congratulations.
really my favorite job. I can only really compare myself to like Jack Black in School of Rock when I'm working with some of these kids where they're just like, you're like my dad, but you're like weird and crazy. So like it's a whole new energy being brought to the workplace, which after doing clothing and stuff for 20 years, it's cool to have that change of pace. Like today, someone just wanted me to help them surf. I went surfing today. It was awesome.
Yeah, you do. Who do you teach? You teach anybody, right?
Anybody, yeah.
Kids, adults.
Yeah. We're doing this
people
thing where
vacation.
it's like, you should just do it and you can do it for free. Don't tell anybody else that. But it's, you come surf, it's like 3 days, and then we break down the videos of you surfing and say like what happened or whatever, not without degrading you. How this would have went better. It's like a video breakdown class. So
What
stuff
you
like
could
that.
do
So it's
better.
cool. I do that if I go on the Surfline camera. I'm like, wow, I should have done so many different things on that wave. So
How do you
keep
film
on your
it?
toes.
Like, is there a camera on the beach? I guess.
Just a camera
Or-
on the beach, and then we're gonna have GoPros and all that stuff.
Jesus, that's awesome,
Yeah, it's fun.
dude. I'm going to the ranch on Thursday.
This Thursday, how many
With-
push-ups have you done today?
Oh,
Are
dude.
you ready?
Dude, I hurt my foot in Hawaii surfing. I've been on a boot for like the last week. No, I'm just gonna do my best. I'm trying
You're
to lay
gonna do
off.
great.
I'm trying to lay off the carbohydrates. Dude, that wave just takes you, man. Like as long as you catch it, dude. Like as long as you're like paddling in the right direction, it grabs you, man. Like I don't care what anyone says. It grabs you.
My only
and that-
advice is keep your board in the barrel. Don't point away from it. Sideways. Lock yourself against the wall. If you
And
want to
get
come
low.
out of that barrel, because I saw
Get-
a couple of videos. You almost made it out, but you'll make it. Me too. I got pinched.
Just get low, right? Get super low, right?
Get low, but don't have your board face away from the wave. Keep it kind of towards the wave coming at you. If you're front.
They say to put it on an angle, like you're like keep it on an angle, like point it like away, like towards like the end of the pool.
Yeah, point it towards the fence. Really.
Okay, perfect. Point it towards the
So
fence.
if you go away, you're going to get away from the wave. It's going to close on your head. So just press on your front foot and lock in. I'm excited to see your footage.
I'm bringing Milo. Milo's gonna get on we're gonna put Milo on a wave with one of the coaches.
I kind of want to just come and watch you surf. It's going to be torture, though.
Yeah. It would
I'll
be
give you $100 for a wave right now. You're like,
What
that's
is
not
it?
enough.
You taught, by the way, this is just so you know when you're doing this kind of thing and you're talking, don't drink. We call these work beers because you can just crush them, right?
Nice. Yeah,
A lot of carbonation, not good if you're like talking a lot because then you start burping and you do this.
Oh,
And then,
yeah,
and then you're just, and then people learn about what a disgusting human you are, and that's what happens to me.
You got a
Yo,
good editor.
you're talking to No, we're putting this stuff in here, man. Why are you so good at coaching, man? Like Milo loves you, Max loves you. You're like great with the kids. People like go out on waves with you, and then they're like standing up that day. What's the secret?
You know what? I think about this sometimes. It's because, as I've said, I'm no like scholar. So like the fact that I know this, and I've spent my 10,000 hours looking at waves, and even though I'm not the best surfer in the water, usually at a good place, I know what you should do exactly, and I am able to slow it down and be as patient as possible with this, because it's the one thing I think I can help people with. If someone was like, "Can you tell me about World War II?" I'd be like, "Nah." But if it's something like this where I've spent the time doing it and I enjoy seeing the success and the smile that someone gets when they figure it out, that is where it comes from. And just kind of like knowing, like when we bought the surf camp, I was like, dude, I was like made for this. Like this is what I should have been doing, because I always wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't want to do more school. So I found a way to be a teacher without having to be in a classroom. So it's because it's a kid, it's 80 kids a day, and they don't listen. So like to be able to get them to have focus and even have like problems and stuff like that, to do that is like to get them to switch and be in the ocean and have their full attention is a pretty rewarding thing, so it's super fun. I just like love it. It sounds like I'm really selling myself in the camp right now, but like it's like
No, I've seen it, man. I've seen it firsthand, dude. I've been in it. I've been in the water with you, and when I do the things that you tell me to do, I see the rewards. When I don't listen to you, I see why I should have listened to you. So it makes it really easy.
But I've been coached too. Like on a big wave, I remember I was panicking, and this guy in the water was like, "Breathe, brother, breathe!" And I was like, if he didn't tell me that, I would have ragdolled down this wave because everyone was looking at me, and I had to go for it. So I still think about that moment where that guy like saved me from the pummeling of a lifetime.
Yo, let me ask you: when you're getting back to the ranch, when you're getting barreled, it's easier to get barreled front side than back side. Is that correct?
Definitely. Yeah.
So, like, my neighbor was telling me, Surfer Sean across the street.
Who it is.
He was like, when he's on backside, he was talking about like, dude, like grabbing your rail and like grabbing the wave, like putting your hand in the wave. Is that?
I call that pig dogging.
Pig dogging.
Look up pig dogging.
I don't think is that necessary. That's what you got to do.
Dog. I mean, that's more to like keep your balance if you're grabbing your rail. But if you look at like Slater, he gets backside barrels without grabbing his. I mean, he still does it now, but the classic Slater is like backside barrel, at pipeline without grabbing his rail for that stability and just coming out of it like a champ. So the rail is like whatever. That's what holds you in the wave instead of getting pushed down the face. If that makes sense, try it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do it, dude. I'm gonna. Man, it sounds...
That'll slow you down. I'm goofy, but so if I'm looking at it, it just kind of opens your chest up and gets you from getting pushed down the face of the wave.
Okay.
But backside barrels is it's tougher because
it's harder, right?
The wave. Yeah. But on that wave, you're going to be chilling. Just listen to the coach.
Dude, I don't know what's going on behind me. Like, I think I've gotten to the point where I actually will know what's happening behind me now because I've been surfing for a minute now. So I think I'll be able to figure it out. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, when's it come? I just get into it and I just wait for the wave to happen to me, and that's when I get smashed.
Are you switching off waves, or are you going to do the whole thing, like the whole long ride? I remember last time it was like people were jumping in, you would ride from the flags or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna do like half pool, like because it breaks in the middle. Of
coffee.
Yeah. No, we're gonna share the waves, and we're gonna poach when people fall.
Just don't get ahead of the pocket of the wave. My advice to you.
What does that mean?
Don't go flying down the wave. Slow it down. Little turns, go to the top, and then the bottom. Get used to being on your rail and over your fin if you're going to come back into the wave.
So no, finish what you're going to say.
That's it. Don't just fly down the line. That wave is so slow. You could do like 48 turns on it, but like just kind of go up and then go to the bottom and then look at the wave, wait for it to develop, and then race back up to the middle, then the top and the bottom. That's how you can master your turning. Don't just ride it and go across it. Whatever you see a video of the main guy, Armano or whatever.
Raymana.
Raymana, yeah. Those people are just kind of, if it's a Make-A-Wish thing and you're like learning how to surf and they're just sitting there, you know what I mean? They're not working the wave, and that's why it's so easy. But if you want to work that wave and come back to the pocket and like really don't fall, but don't put your full back into the turns because it's an expensive wave, but try to get the most out of the ride.
Okay.
And remember that wave, I mean, I don't know if this is podcast worthy, but like that wave is not like a wave in the ocean. So it doesn't give back. So it's like a boat wake, really. So if you get to the top of it, try not to fall out of the back of it.
Well, totally.
So try to like come back in without going too high if you're going to do a turn at the top, because it doesn't have that power.
So you go up to the top, then you turn around, right?
Yeah, I'll send you a video of like just
Okay.
the screen recording I took of whatever video they had. But I was not even ripping at all, but I was getting the most as I could out of the
So, but if you could just go to the bottom, then go to the top, and go to the bottom, and go to the top, and then
you'll remember that forever.
you slow down. You slow down at the bottom, right? Like the top is where all the power is.
You go to the top, go to the bottom, kind of like hang, and then get going again. You know, like kind of like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it'll start to barrel and hold there. But I would go for the last barrel in case you get pinched. The barrel's like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And
totally.
that's where it's the heaviest. But you'll be all right. I remember
All right.
falling on that barrel and it just pinched on me. And I was underwater and I was like, whoa. And I was still underwater getting dragged. And I was fine, but I was like, this is a pool? I was like, what a nightmare.
Well, it gets so shallow so fast, right? And
Yeah,
it's
and
like-
I was trying to
that's-
stay as flat as possible. So I was getting like dragged because I didn't want to hit this concrete. But it's not bad at all. You know,
All right.
you know that. I've seen you fall on a barrel there. You were fine.
thing. Well,
You know how to
like
fall
that
on
one
there.
time, right? That one time that happened, right?
Is the water cold?
I think the water's gonna be like 60 degrees at the pool. So yeah,
that's
it's gonna be yeah, that's fine. That's like a 2-3, right?
It's probably yeah. No booties. It'll be good.
No booties.
Nah.
And then how many orders of wings do you think I can order while I'm there without getting like setting off like a red flag?
I would make it a celebration. I would go with the low carb. I remember I got there and I was like, oh man, I was like Richie Rich. I was like, more everything.
They're like, would you like bacon wrapped scallops or anything? And I was like, yes, I would like bacon wrapped scallops or anything, really. I would like it. Dude, I'm
a couple of margaritas too.
Bro, yeah, I'm leaving. I was like, yes, I want a margarita made for me when I get out of the pool.
You should
And then
get a virgin margarita made.
I'm gonna leave, dude. I'm gonna leave with like to-go bags, dude. I'm gonna be
I
like,
did. I think I took the chocolate. That was in the fridge. I think
Dude.
I cleared that place out.
the chocolate was like, yeah, it's like
Fancy chocolate.
like
yes.
vegan earth, and it doesn't even taste good because
I definitely took the chocolate. I like the Red Bulls.
when they have the orange the apple juices in the glass bottle, the Martinellis,
yeah.
you're like, this is legit.
One for my friend too.
Yeah, dude. So I'm bringing Milo. We're gonna have fun, dude. What about? Can you tell me in the last 12 months, what famous people have you hung out with? Are you allowed to talk about that or no?
No. Sure.
Okay.
You know what's
What
funny?
about? Is it true that Jared Leto gave you his house once?
Jared Leto is still in a binding contract with. I went to a party at his house. It was a +1, and I was like, "Oh, hey, you know my friend." He was like the music director in his band. He's like, "I love that guy," and I was like, just small talk. I was like, "Yeah, cool house." He's like, "You can keep it." I was like, "Can I get that in writing?" He was like, "I'm never here," and I think I said, "I was like, I'll come use your pool." Just crickets. Nice guy, but yeah, I'm still waiting on the keys to Jared Leto's house that he never goes to that has a really nice pool.
Was he beautiful when you saw him? Was he a beautiful man?
Well, we did the Taste of Chaos tour with him, so
I was on that tour
I got to see his beautiful face every night.
with My Chemical Romance and The Used.
I think they were headlining, and it was maybe the year after, and it was Census Fail and somebody else.
I was on
The
that
Used.
first. I was on that tour, dude.
Kilbrand was a sponsor of that tour.
No shit. Punk Stop was on that tour. I believe I was on it for the first week. Dude, the singer of the Used and I partied and like so I met that
Party
guy
boy.
Bert. Yeah, he I met him on Warped Tour when the Used broke. They were playing the Volcom stage. He started dating the Kelly Osbourne person.
Yeah.
And then he like was on that show they were doing, and then we reunited. Dude, we reunited. We hung out all the time, dude, and so we reunited on that Taste of Chaos tour. We there was
You
I
were on
remember
that
this-
tour?
for a minute. Yeah, I hired. So I was running Punk Stop.
Punk
You remember
Stop,
that?
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so Punk Stop, I was running Punk Stop, and we would go out. We would have like a merch, like we would be like a record store / Hot Topic out on these tours. So we would set up a booth and with all the bands selling their merch, and we would sell like studded belts and hair dye and T-shirts and records and all this stuff. And so it got to the point where I was no longer going on those tours, but I would show up at the tour, I would get it going. You know what I mean? We would hire someone to do the merch, and I would get them on the bus, get them on the truck, get all the merch squared away, meet everybody, and then I would bounce. And so we hired someone to do that tour, and yeah, I remember everybody was cool except for the 36 to Mars dude, because it's like Jared Leto's like famous, so he didn't like hang out.
I know.
He had like
I got pretty good
security
friends with
walk
his
him everywhere.
brother, who was Shannon. He was a cool guy. But yeah, I remember like Buddy in Census Fails is like, this guy just like gave us like gift baskets, like as a thank you for opening up the show. And he was like, what? He was just like,
That's awesome.
Who sends the opening band's gift baskets instead of like come and hang out and like chill with them? I remember that was like, who is this guy?
Dude,
Sounds like I'm
Buddy-
ripping on that.
Buddy, when we were on Warped Tour, Buddy would always hang out at our booth, dude. He's from
He's
New
a cool
Jersey,
dude.
right? That's a New Jersey band.
Jersey
that
band.
dude, yeah. Buddy was like, deep into like underground hardcore and punk, and we would always talk about
Yeah,
fucking
he
like,
knows
old
his
punk
stuff.
bands. Yeah, for
Actually,
sure.
the bass player was in Tokyo Rose as the drummer, and I replaced him. And he's like, well, screw you guys. I'm going to join a bigger band. And they were way bigger. Census Fail. So,
Yeah, Census Fail was
that's
bigger
a
than
famous person I know. No big deal. The bass player of Census Fail.
Dude, I just saw this show in October in these festivals in Vegas. It's Jawbreaker, Rilo Kiley, Texas is the Region, Pedro the Lion, Supertrunk, Rival Schools, Knapsack.
wow.
Were you a Knapsack fan?
Not really. More Rival Schools.
Okay,
I was working at Def Jam when that album came out.
You were.
Island. As an intern.
Tell us about that.
That was great. I got up at 5 a.m, took the train from Long Branch, New Jersey, made press kits for Hoobastank and Rival Schools, and you know what? It was kind of fun because everyone was kind of dorky there, and I was underneath this guy Ray Roldan, and we were in the band at the time, so I'd be going through like alternative press, and I'd be like, "Oh, check it out! There's a picture of me and my band," and he'd be like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, do you think we get paid for to be in the band?" And then so he would bring me along. And he'd be like, we're going to go, this band's doing like Letterman or whatever and SNL. So he would bring me along as like his assistant. So that was really fun at the time, actually, when everybody else is just coming there, making copies, getting their 3 credits and like leaving. Not that I was that cool, but I was definitely felt that cool when he would bring me along to like the dinners and I'd be like, oh my God, the Strokes are, Liv Tyler is sitting next to me. I was like 20 years old. Steven Tyler PJs. So that was definitely the best unpaid job I've ever had. Yeah, and that's when I started Killband. I was spray paint shirts. I was like, one day I'm going to make it, guys. This camouflage shirt with stencil spray paint on it is going to be everywhere.
Dude, the
Killband
Killband?
did pretty big. It got
big, man.
4,000 and 5,000 stores. It's the same thing as music. You need to be in that 1% of people. You need to be the headliner only. But we was a living for 18 years or so, and it was awesome. We had warehouses on the East and West Coast, employees and showrooms and reps and all that stuff, and it was fun. Just like knowing you'd be like, all right, I want to put like a shirt with like, let's say like Vanilla Ice, but he's holding up his Golden Globes, but we'll replace those with like Slurpees. It's like whatever you thought. And on the back, I remember we were like, well, see you later. Just like whatever you thought of. And you'd be like, wow, we sold at least 50 of those. Can't believe it. So it's cool to do that. And we still do that with the Surf Camp merch, which is we were just making today.
Yeah, the Surf Camp merch is awesome.
It kind of kills. So it was fun that we could be silly with that as well. But I forget what we were talking about. Oh, I saw Fanagram the other night at the Palladium. And so there was a lot of famous people there.
Name one. Name one.
All right, so my buddy is like, feels like I'm ripping on him, but my buddy is like crypto rich now. And so we're at this like after party thing, and there's this line, and he's like, I got passes. And I'm like, everyone here has passes. And so we're in this line. And he's like waving like $100 bills to get us to the front of this line, crypto rich. And I'm going through the line, and because the guy's like, all right, come on. And I'm like, everyone's important, and I'm passing. And one of them is, I'm just going down the line, like, I'm so sorry. Like looking everyone in the eye. They're like, it's fine. You don't seem like a dick. And I didn't meet him, but my friends know him. Santino, the comedian guy.
Okay.
Who does the Bobby Lee guy. I had to look at him
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry. But I knew him as the guy that used to hang out at the Fat Dog before he got famous. And I was like, so I guess I hung out with him. But I had to look him in the eyes and tell him, sorry, I was cutting the line and that he was waiting on because my friend was holding a $100 bill up in the air to get us to the front. It literally took like 48 seconds for everybody else to get through.
Oh, dude, I was in Miami recently. Well, not in October. I was at a private Flo Rida concert.
I saw that. Yeah. Balling out.
Pretty baller. I agree. And this dude Mark was with me. He's like a big realtor dude in South Jersey. And Mark was like, we're in line. He's like, we're in line for 45 seconds. And he's like, pulls out a wad of, like in total Jersey style, pulls out a wad of fucking cash. He's like, I don't wait on lines, Joe Oz. How much money? Man. He goes, how much money you got on you? And I'm like, dude, I don't sell the amount of shit you sell, dude. I'm broke, dude. I'm like, I'm going to wait in line, dude. And he's like waving around. He's like waving around money. And then, yeah, we were like, I think he got in. And then like 45 seconds later, they let everybody in. I was like, dude, like, and also I don't really like, that was a weird thing because I don't really like clubs. Like I don't like know what to do. Like, in Anchorman where he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like when I put me in a club with like bottle service, like we had a VIP booth on the stage, like literally on the stage with bottle service.
I saw your video. I was like, look at this guy.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? And, I was probably wearing like an Oz Group t-shirt, like being a dork, and and then like all the women were in like nice dresses and had their hair done. And next thing I knew, I was just like, welcome to my house. I knew all, dude, by the way, I knew, oh my God, I knew all his songs. I remember I met one of my neighbors, this older lady, older lady, like our age, like a little bit older than us. She's like, yeah, I'm going to see Stevie.
To be in the MILF section of Pornhub.
oh my God. No comment. But she was basically like, oh, I'm going to go see Stevie Nicks, but I don't think I know any Stevie Nicks songs. I was like, oh, Stevie Nicks, the singer of Fleetwood Mac. You know every fucking song that she is going to sing.
You can't hide from it.
And then when Flo Rida played, I knew like every song, dude.
In the club.
Oh my God, I was just... Dude, I was definitely, I am a sober person who does not drink, and I was getting blasted with champagne, dude. It was awesome. I was like,
you're like, stay away from the light. It wants to hit your lips.
Yeah, if it was like a gremlin situation where you don't get them wet, dude, like I would have turned into a gremlin. If it was like don't pour champagne on Joe Oz, or he turns into a gremlin, or don't like. Dude, totally, dude. I was like, this is awesome!
He just won the Formula One race.
Oh, dude, my God.
Robbie still has a story of it's the best night of his life. Another name drop. But we were out for my birthday or something like that. And we're just at a restaurant, and we're with Shaun White. And we're supposed to meet someone somewhere. And he puts me and Robbie and Jen me, Robbie, and Jen in his car. And he goes, "You guys, we're going to go have the best night of our lives." So he takes us to like One Oak, and it's like Goodfellas, and we walk through like we walk through the kitchen.
Where were you?
One Oak, it's like the nightclub in LA. I think it's where Suge Knight got like shot or something like that. And it was like this crazy nightclub, and they kind of walk us down to the front, and they make like this big announcement that he's there, and I'm just like, and then so we're at this table, and we're with like Robin Thicke and like Tyrese and these beautiful models. And Robbie's just like, we're just like dressed like assholes. And everyone thought we were like the most important people ever. So they're just bringing over these bottles of like Cristal, and I'm like pouring them into like a red Pizza Hut cup and just drinking. And Robbie's like, these beautiful girls are my buddy Robbie coming up to him and like, "What do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a producer," because he produced like the Hellfest 2001 DVD, and whatever music stuff. So they're like ready to like do anything for him because he's in this table. And at one point is Tracy Morgan and all those guys are passing around all these joints. And Robbie's like, "Watch this." He's like, "If I put my hand up in the air, someone gives me a joint." So it just comes running in. And he's like, "Tyrese just passed me a joint because I put my hand up in the air. Baby boy. Beautiful baby boy." And so everyone is like, "Where are you guys?" Just sent a picture of us surrounded by gorgeous models. And he still is like, "That was the best night of my life." Because we were supposed to go home. It was really great.
Tyrese was also in the movie Zoolander.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, did you feel like you were, like, in the walk-off
I was
situation?
in a walk-off. I was like, man, we have different lives.
Yeah. No, dude, I think it's cool if we, like, get Los Golondrinas takeout. You know what I mean? In my life, I'm like, dude, we got mini burritos today, Milo. Let's rage, right?
It is cool, though. I love food parties with Joe Oz. Let's eat everything.
I do like
Now that
eating.
you've been skinny, you haven't been joining me in the eating parties.
Yeah.
You have to
Dude,
watch me eat a bunch of pizza.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you about something. I'm trying so hard not to be fat, dude. I'm trying
know.
so hard not to be fat.
I'm proud of you and sad when I want to eat pizza with you.
I ate pizza last night.
It's okay.
Dude,
Take
we went
small
to
bites.
Bro, we went to no, not happening, dude. We went to Costco. It was a long day at work, and then we went to picked up both boys, and I was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
no more grass-fed bullshit on the grill. No salad, no sweet potato." I was like,
It's a
"Do
rite
you
of
guys
passage.
do you guys want a pizza?" Oh, we had to go to Costco. I was like, "Dude, do you want a pizza?" And then Milo goes, "Can we get a double chunk chocolate cookie?" And I was like, "Fuck yes, we can, dude." And then
Throw a hot dog in there.
we got up to the line. I was like, how long for a half? I call it if you're in the know, you call it a half and half. Like that's code for half pepperoni, half cheese. I'm like, "Yo, how long for a half and half?" The woman goes, 15 minutes. I said, "Deal," right? So I made the deal. I was like, "That's a deal." And then I got the cookie. And then I was like, "Cool, we'll put all the groceries in the car. I'll get the boys in the car." It was like right there, right where you get the pizza. And then I'll go back and get the pizza. It'll be about 15 minutes. And I believe they're so good at customer service, it doesn't really take 15 minutes. They like manage your expectations. It's ready in like 10 minutes, but they tell you like 15.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that.
That's what I do with merch. I'm like, probably 10 days and it takes 4.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Oh, dude, managing expectations. That's a secret to business, anybody listening. That's a
Yeah,
goddamn
yeah.
secret to business. So anyway, I get the chocolate cookie, the thing that's like this big or whatever. And Milo's like, "Dude, Dad." I get to the car, he's like, "Can we eat the cookie now?" And I was like, "Dude, no, man, that's for after when you eat dinner, you know?" And then he looks at me and he goes, "It's way better when it's warm. And you know that." And I was like,
Little salesman.
he's right. I'm like, "Dude, he's right." I'm like, "You're right." And we ate half that cookie right then and there. And it was warm and gooey and so good. And you know what? That's living, baby. Like Matthew McConaughey with Livin. And then we ate the cookie, and then we went and ate the pizza. It was epic. It was amazing.
One of the things you said to me that stuck with me forever is you said no one's ever made it out of the Costco parking lot without opening the peanut butter filled pretzels earlier and eating them in the car. I was like, every time I get a bag of those, I'm like, yeah, you got to open these on the way out.
Dude, you don't make it through the checkout, dude, because it's right there. It's looking at you
For immediate use. It's just
when you crack open the peanut butter pretzel
The seal,
and you
yeah.
and it's like, and then the first one is so good, dude. It's
Dude,
so
speaking
fresh.
of half and a half, I went to the pizza place here yesterday, and I had to get Wilder a slice of pizza. I go, let me get a slice of plain. He's like, I think I have like sausage. I was like, slice of plain's fine. He's just like, I'm like, oh, I'm from New Jersey. We call plain like a cheese. And he's just like, that didn't make any sense to him. He's like, why do you do that? I was like, I don't know. It's just a slice of plain because it's just cheese. That's me. That's a thing, right? Am I wrong?
Oh, 100%, dude. Let me get a dude. When you after the bar, when you're in line at the pizza spot and everyone's in line, they're just throwing slices in, dude. You're like, give me 2 plain, dude, and you're just.
That's what he
crushing
said. He's like, I have ones with cheese on it. I was like, yeah, slice
Yeah.
of plain. And
They don't know. They don't know,
didn't.
man.
He didn't
They don't
know.
know, man. The worst experience I've had here with pizza is if you're from the East Coast, everyone in Orange County, California, is like, they all claim to like know the spot. They're like, oh my God, you're from New York? You're from, you got to try Brooklyn pizza in Laguna Niguel. And you're like,
oh yeah.
you're like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't need to try that. And then I get tricked. And I always get tricked because I want to taste, I want to feel like I'm at home. I want to do the deal. And I did this. I called the Brooklyn pizza place and I was like, all right, can I get a pepperoni pizza? And they're like, you have to order online and it's going to be an hour wait. And I'm like, you have to order through their Instagram or something stupid. And I'm like,
Really?
all right. I'm like, yeah, I order it. And then I get it and I bring it home and it's average. It's not.
Yeah, they're always average.
It's not TJ's Pizza in Asbury Park, dude. It's not Serpico's. It's not any of that
You know, my
shit,
favorite pizza is Lorenzo's on 4th in South Street in Philly. On South Street in Philly.
Dude, same. Bro, do you remember when it burned down?
Oh, it did? How long ago?
Burned
Was
down.
I might have been.
It was a
in
while ago. Dude, Lorenzo's is the one. I took Nikki there when she was visiting. We went to Philadelphia and we did all Philadelphia. We saw the Liberty Bell. I think we even went to go see like the Mercy Devils at like the TLA. Like we did like a
Dude, I saw
Philadelphia
face to
weekend.
face at the Pontiac Grill across the street. Do you remember that place?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It was like this small in my kitchen. I think I
I
was
saw
up in the
shit there.
rafters looking down at it.
So good. But dude, we walked into Lorenzo's and then they have a big sign where they're like, no toppings, no, that don't even ask, right? It was super East Coast and it was just big ass
Hold that
slices.
giant slice, yeah.
You're right. That is the best piece of pizza on the planet. Agreed. I agree. 100%.
I can't think
dude.
about it all the time. I've been to South Street 20 years.
When people are like, what are the 2 cheesesteaks? It's like Geno's and Pat's, I think.
yeah.
They're like, Geno's or Pat's. And you're like, wrong. Lorenzo's on South Street is what you want.
But also Jim's on South Street for cheesesteaks.
I don't know.
You want to hear another celebrity story from me?
Yep.
So we were playing, this is years ago, we were playing a show in Philly. My friend's friends happened to be dating Howie from the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, wow.
Celebrity stories. And they played the Electric Factory as like as a one-off small shows, but they were already old at this point. This is probably 12, 15 years ago, whatever. 15 years ago, they were old. Anyway, so she's like, you want to hang out with the Backstreet Boys? I was like, sure. So we go to their hotel, and we're just like in the lobby all partying. And I had a Honda Element. And the same Honda Element I took on the Taste of Chaos tour that I just stuffed about 900 T-shirts in, not even in boxes because I couldn't fit anymore. And then so they're like, where's a good cheesesteak? I was like, I know where to go. And so I'm like, you want me to take you to get cheesesteaks? So I put all of the Backstreet Boys in my Honda Element, in the back of my Honda Element. It's in my garage now. I should put that if I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it. Has once had 5 Backstreet Boys in. And so I go to Jim's and I'm like, this is the spot. And they like pile out of my Honda Element. We're waiting in line. And I remember this girl, like the most Philly accent. It's late. It's like 1 a.m. She's like, am I just like really fucked up or are all the Backstreet Boys behind me right now? It's just like, yo, Todd. Just whatever Delco accent, you know. Get off the phone. Anyway, so They go, they buy me a cheesesteak, and they loved it more than Pat's and Gino's. So I recommend Jim's on South Street. And the guy Howie was a super nice guy. Invited me to Mexico, and then I texted him, and I didn't hear back. I tried my best. In the moment,
Yeah,
he invited me to Mexico with the Backstreet Boys, which would have been awesome.
Yeah, you don't say no to that. You're like, yeah, I'm going to Mexico with the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, that's my other celebrity story. No big deal. Bunch of celebrities that forget me.
Well, dude, I'm gonna wrap this up. This was awesome. This is super fun. Thanks for doing this with me.
Do you want me to name drop any more people?
No, that was really fun, man. What no, dude, what do you want to promote?
Well, Merch Bliss. If you're for all your t-shirt needs, we do one-offs, direct-to-garment printing, large orders, festival setups, whatever I've screwed up and figured out in the last 20 years, we've fixed it to make it better. If you do need help with merchandise, and my surf camp, which I love, change of a volume in my voice. The one that makes me happier is the surf camp, Newport Surf Camp, and I'm pretty sure I've touched your kids, and they've touched me. School of Rock. So it's been great. How are you doing? Do you want to talk about anything, Joe? I just stole this from you. I didn't know if this was an interview.
You have an Instagram account that people can follow you on?
Newport Surf Camp. That's it. Newport Surf Camp. And Kilbrand, still around. Still spray painting t-shirts in my backyard. Yeah. And Joe Oz is sexy.com. I started that. I keep up with that one the most. It's just whatever picture Joe sends me, I update.
Well, I love you, dude. Thanks for doing this. This is fun chatting with you.
I'll call you in 5 minutes.
All right, bye.
Later.